Anger is a powerful emotion. It can ignite a fire within us, but if left unchecked, it can also burn everything around us. Imagine if you could use age-old wisdom to turn that fiery energy into strength, clarity, and peace. Buddha wisely said, "You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger." Today, we're diving into 8 lessons from Buddha that teach us how to handle anger and turn it into personal growth. Are you ready to master your emotions? Let's begin. 1. Reflecting on ourselves. Self-reflection is key to understanding anger. Buddha taught that looking deeply into our thoughts and emotions helps us see where our anger comes from, often from unresolved issues or unmet expectations. "The mind is everything. What you think, you become," he said. By consistently examining what triggers us, we can turn anger into insight and inner peace. 2. Staying emotionally independent. Anger often surfaces when we let other people's words or actions disrupt our peace. Buddha advised that our happiness should not depend on others. If we let others control our reactions, we give away our peace. Remember, you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Choosing not to react keeps our peace and control intact. 3. Understanding, not judging. Ignorance or misunderstanding is often at the root of anger. Buddha taught that anger often stems from not fully understanding a person or situation. He said, "An idea developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea." Seeking to understand others and situations better can reduce anger and bring peace. 4. Recognizing anger as natural. Anger is normal and something we all experience. Buddha believed in acknowledging our anger, not suppressing it. When we accept our anger without judgment, we're better able to manage it. "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace," he said. By understanding what triggers our anger, we can respond wisely instead of reacting impulsively. 5. Forgiving frees you. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for letting go of anger. Buddha taught that holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Holding grudges only weighs us down. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing someone's actions. It means freeing ourselves from resentment and stress. Letting go brings us peace and allows us to move forward with less emotional burden. Forgiving can be tough, especially when wounds run deep. Buddha understood this, encouraging compassion for both ourselves and others. Compassion helps us see that those who hurt us might also be struggling. Forgiving, then, becomes a form of kindness to ourselves, releasing the anger that holds us back. Forgiveness is also about healing. Sometimes the person we most need to forgive is ourselves, maybe for mistakes or lost opportunities. By forgiving ourselves, we lift heavy feelings of guilt and allow for a fresh start with a lighter heart. In nurturing forgiveness, we gain a deeper understanding of suffering, which is universal. This understanding softens our hearts, making us more able to forgive and let go of anger. Ultimately, forgiveness creates space for peace, love, and joy. Releasing negative energy lets us focus on growth, building relationships, and creative pursuits that uplift us and those around us. Forgiveness as a gift to ourselves. Forgiveness is a powerful gift we give to ourselves. It helps us break free from anger and pain, guiding us to a life of peace, compassion, and joy. Buddha's teachings show us that while forgiveness can be tough, it is one of the most rewarding paths we can take. By forgiving, we open our hearts to heal and grow, creating a present filled with peace and new possibilities. Use mindfulness to manage anger. Mindfulness is a great tool for managing anger. Buddha's teachings remind us that being fully present, aware of our thoughts, feelings and surroundings, helps us handle our emotions without letting them take over. Mindfulness allows us to notice when anger begins and gives us a chance to pause and respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Buddha wisely said, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate on the present moment." This teaches us that mindfulness helps us let go of regrets and worries, which are often triggers for anger. Staying in the now allows us to feel emotions without being controlled by them. When we practice mindfulness, we see anger without judging it as good or bad. It's simply an emotion. This approach is freeing. It lets us accept our feelings without adding guilt or self-criticism. Shifting from "I shouldn't feel angry" to "I feel angry and that's okay" is a key step in managing anger. Mindfulness also helps us notice how anger affects our bodies, like tension, a quickened heartbeat or faster breathing. Paying attention to these signs allows us to calm our bodies and minds. Techniques like deep breathing, muscle relaxation, and mindful walking can help release this anger before it builds up. Mindfulness shines a light on the thoughts that trigger our anger. We often get upset because we feel something is unfair or disrespectful. Acknowledging these triggers helps us question our thoughts, leading to a more balanced emotional response. Mindfulness helps us manage anger and opens us to a deeper understanding of ourselves. It turns anger from a disruptive force into a chance for personal growth and understanding. When we question thoughts like, "Is this truly unfair?" or "Am I really being disrespected?" we open up to new perspectives that can reduce our anger. Mindfulness teaches us that emotions come and go. This awareness is freeing, showing us that we don't have to react to every feeling. Instead, we can observe them, letting them fade naturally without acting on them impulsively. Practicing mindfulness regularly can transform how we deal with anger. Over time, we may feel angry less often, with a calmer approach, building patience and empathy in life's challenges. This transformation takes dedication, but the rewards are immense. A balanced and peaceful life. Mindfulness isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about engaging with them in a conscious, kind way and choosing responses that bring peace and growth. Buddha's wisdom shows us how mindfulness can turn anger from a harmful force into a source of self-awareness and healing. By staying present, we guide our emotions toward greater peace within and in our interactions with the world. Transform your life with gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force that can uplift every part of our lives, including how we handle anger. Buddha taught us that gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to the goodness we already have. By practicing gratitude, we develop a mindset of contentment, reducing feelings of anger and resentment. Anger often arises when we feel we've lost something valuable, like our time or respect. When we're lost in negative emotions, it's easy to overlook the blessings we still have. Buddha's teachings encourage us to regularly reflect on the positives in our lives, even the small things. This practice helps us see the bigger picture, reminding us that our lives are full of joy, love, and connection. As Buddha said, "Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. So, let us all be thankful." This quote captures the essence of gratitude, finding something to appreciate in every situation, even in hard times. Making an effort to see the good in our lives creates a buffer against anger. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, we turn our attention to what we have to be thankful for, building inner peace and resilience. Gratitude also strengthens our relationships. When we show gratitude to others, it deepens our bonds and fosters respect and appreciation. Creating positive dynamics can prevent misunderstandings from turning into anger. By recognizing the kindness, support, and efforts of those around us, we build an environment where anger has less room to grow. Instead, our relationships become stronger, filled with appreciation and understanding, which leads to more harmony and fewer conflicts. Practicing gratitude brings real changes to our mental and emotional health. Many studies show that people who regularly express gratitude have lower stress, anxiety, and depression, because gratitude shifts our attention from negative thoughts to a more positive view of life. When we're less weighed down by stress, we're less likely to respond with anger when things don't go our way. Instead, we tackle challenges with a calm, balanced mind. Gratitude also helps us stay present. Anger often comes from dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, like holding on to past issues or fearing what might happen. Practicing gratitude keeps us grounded in the moment, helping us appreciate what we have right now instead of focusing on what we lack. By seeing the good in each moment, anger loses its hold on us. Gratitude is a powerful form of self-compassion that softens self-criticism, which often leads to inner anger. Appreciating our own strengths, efforts, and achievements helps reduce harsh self-judgment, encouraging us to be kinder and more understanding toward ourselves. This self-compassion stops us from internalizing frustrations, creating a balanced and forgiving self-view. Gratitude connects closely to the feeling of abundance. Focusing on what we're thankful for lets us see the richness in our lives, fighting off the scarcity mindset that often stirs up anger. When we realize that we have and are enough, we feel free from endless comparisons and the drive for constant achievement. This gratitude also grows humility, reminding us that our blessings, whether possessions, health, relationships, or opportunities, often come from the contributions of others or the world around us. This perspective reduces entitlement, which sometimes sparks anger when our expectations aren't met. With a grateful heart, we learn to handle setbacks gracefully, with acceptance and appreciation. Strengthening self-control for a balanced life. Self-control is a key part of emotional intelligence and personal growth, playing a vital role in managing anger and living a balanced life. The Buddha taught that building self-control isn't about holding back emotions or desires, but developing the wisdom to handle life's challenges thoughtfully. In a world filled with distractions and provocations, strengthening self-control helps us navigate life with grace and resilience. At its core, self-control means managing our thoughts, emotions, and actions, especially under stress or temptation. Regarding anger, self-control lets us pause before reacting, giving us the chance to choose a response that matches our values instead of reacting on impulse. The Buddha once said, "It is a man's own mind, not his enemy, that leads him to harmful ways." This wisdom teaches us that our greatest challenges are often within, and self-control is the key to overcoming them. Self-control starts with self-awareness. By regularly reflecting on our thoughts and actions, we can spot patterns and triggers that lead to anger. This awareness helps us catch ourselves before we fall into old habits. For example, if certain situations or people upset us, we can prepare mentally and emotionally, choosing in advance how we want to respond. This proactive approach keeps us composed and prevents regrets from impulsive reactions. Self-control is also closely linked to mindfulness, staying fully present without judgment. Mindfulness helps us observe our emotions as they arise without immediately acting on them. When mindful, we can recognize our anger without letting it control us, giving us the chance to respond constructively, like taking a deep breath or calmly expressing our feelings. Over time, mindfulness and self-control reinforce each other, creating a powerful cycle of awareness and intention. Patience is another key aspect of self-control. The Buddha often spoke of patience as a virtue that shields us from anger and other harmful emotions. Patience allows us to endure difficult situations calmly, to wait for the right time to act, or to accept things beyond our control. Practicing patience helps us manage anger and contributes to mental and emotional well-being. Self-control also means setting boundaries for ourselves and others. This means knowing our limits and avoiding situations that trigger anger or negative emotions. It also means confidently communicating our needs and expectations without allowing others to push us beyond our comfort zone. Setting boundaries protects our emotional health and reduces situations that might lead to anger. Discipline means making choices that support our long-term goals and values, even when it's tough. When managing anger, discipline might look like regular meditation, writing in a journal, or exercising, all of which help us handle emotions and grow stronger. It might also mean avoiding things that set us off, leaning on friends or mentors for support, or practicing calming techniques like deep breathing or visualization. With discipline, we gain the power to choose our reactions instead of being controlled by our emotions in the heat of the moment. Self-control is closely tied to the idea of delayed gratification, the ability to resist an immediate urge for something better in the future. When it comes to anger, this means not lashing out, knowing that doing so could make things worse.
Porta-voz do grupo extremista do Líbano se pronunciou para levar ânimo aos combatentes muçulmanos, depois que o presidente israelense fez pronunciamento pedindo que o povo do país evacue, pois os bombardeios seriam brutais, até que o grupo extremista fosse erradicado.